our first video for our YouTube channel. Don't have a name yet as of this recording, but I think we'll come up with something interesting the next day or so, and then we'll upload this. Um, but I just kind of want to jump into it. That, this is just going to be something that you and I are gonna talk to each other back and forth about different things. And if other people find it interesting, that's cool. I'm awesome, excited for that. But if not, I'm okay with it just being us two. Of course, I will probably have to deal with cats jumping up at the frame all the time. So here's Jimmy being fat. Uh, but I think that going forward, if we decide we want to do something interesting or different, we're can try those out and see if those work or something that we both like to do or whatnot. Um, but the thing for me is it's that I really want to talk about today is it's amazing how nice people can be. Um, I'm very much of a cynic with people sometimes. I really um, don't trust a lot of people, which I guess is maybe a bad thing or a good thing depending on who you talk to about that. But I very much don't trust a lot of people. I have um, like three really good friends that I know that if I said, "Hey, there's a body somewhere. we need to um, dig it up," I know that they'll be there and to help me, and that's the best kind of friends. And I do have other friends too that will be there for me for different reasons, maybe or whatnot. But really, whenever I'm trying to make a friendship, I'm trying to look for people who I can trust, and not only trust, but then just have time with and whatnot. Um, and that all comes down to um, a little story that I was told when I was in high school. I had a missionary that came in, and they were talking about their experiences, and they were talking about this one particular. It's like maybe a fable or like some sort of like a teaching story that they tell their kids and stuff like that. It's a story of how his father had the son and who would spend all this time talking to people all the time, and that's fine and whatever. And he would always be late to things because he would go someplace and he would talk to like 80 people on his way there, and so he'd always end up being late and stuff like that. And his father was like, "This is not right. These people are not like your friends, and they're just acquaintances. And why are you wasting all your time with these acquaintances? You don't have any people that you have who are friends." And the son's like, "I don't understand. This is how I live my life, and everybody loves me, and everybody would do things for me." And so the father said, "Okay, let me give you an example. I want you to go to my three friends that I have, and I want you to go to them and tell them, say, quick, my father has killed somebody. We need to bury the body." And the son went to all three of the father's friends. And by the time that the son came back to the father, all three of the father's friends beat him back, and they all had shovels. And they're like, "Okay, where's the body? Where do we need to bury this thing?" And father was like, "These are the type of people that you want to have as friends." And that really resonated a lot in me when I was in high school and just dealing with life and whatnot. And it's not that you don't have to have acquaintances or whatnot, but I think it's really to the point where when you're making friends and you have people that you consider your friends, that the qualities that you're looking for somebody's got your back. To the point where what I like to think of as like my friends that I know that would do this kind of stuff for me, that would be there for me no matter what. Like, they're my family. They they are my brothers, and that's the bond that I have with them is that that's how strong it is. Is that like if they have something that's wrong with their life, I will be more than happy to do whatever I can as much as possible as I can. And that's how I come and feel, and it's how I deal with my um, friendships and stuff like that. An example with that would be that when I was in college, um, Zorro had a girlfriend that he had for a long time. He was really in love with this girl and whatnot, and he I can't remember if it was like he broke up with her or just ended up fizzing out or not fizzing out, but it was a pretty bad breakup. Um, and he was here in Gainesville, and I was in Orlando and at school and stuff like that. And you know, I just knew that like I had that weekend that I had off from school, I had to go up there and just be with him because like that's what I had to do. And at that point in time, I had maybe like I think like $30 to my name or something like that. I don't know. Um, and so I drove up there, and um, when I came back from that whole thing, I quite literally had like $3 to my name until I got my living expense check from wholesale stuff like that. And I think it was like I wasn't gonna get um, any money. I think it was quite a while. It was like maybe like a week or 2 weeks. So I had like $5 in my name, and I had last. Luckily I had food at the house, and I didn't do much of anything um, other than just go to school and work at the house. And I didn't really at that point in time. Didn't really go out to eat or anything like that when I was at school. But that was it. I mean, like I was counting down to when I was driving through the toll roads. I'm like, uh, I'm gonna be down to like $3, and just so happened that like there was like really couple crazy things that happened on the way back. So on the way back, like I had like $5 in my name. I'm like I'm gonna be down to like $2. I turned down tolls, and something happened along the lines of where the toll system was like down or something like that, and they're just like letting people go in through the tolls, and I'm like, wow, that is freaking crazy. And on top of that, within that week that I was week or two that I was really poor, I remember going to like grocery store. I was gonna go to the grocery store and get something really small because I didn't have very much money. I had $5 on my name at that point, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna go there and I'm gonna buy some ramen or something like that. And I remember opening my door, and it was done raining, and this parking lot was like just flooded. Um, it was a really big, older parking lot, and I remember opening my door, and as I looked down on the ground, um, there was a $10 bill floating on the water, and it was like I just went up and I swooped it up, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like the soggiest $10 bill, but it's amazing, and that's really got through to me, and I think that was kind of like a blessing to me for being like you're a really great friend, and you did what you had to do. You took care of your friend in his time of need. So universe or God or whatever you want to say it was, it was like here's $10. You can survive. You can do this, and I got like a bunch of ramen, and I was able to survive. And that was really at the beginning of my time there too. So I didn't have like my living expenses didn't kick in at that point in time. Um, so that I mean that's just an example of like what I do for my friends too. I mean it's not just like one sided. I know that sometimes when you put yourself forward for a lot of things and you try to help others out a lot, that that you can also feel like you're just taking advantage of people. Um, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that your just whole nature of just looking out for somebody or people um, makes it feel like that if you don't go super crazy with helping somebody out, that it can quite possibly seem as, or others can see it as you're not really helping out because your basic nature is to help other people out. So sometimes I feel like that with my friends, and sometimes I feel like maybe sometimes I take advantage of them, but not that I'm taking advantage of them. It's just how friendship work, and I think uh, that that's a lot means a lot to me. Um, just the way that friendship works because friendships are optional. Family is you're there for your family because your blood. I mean, like you don't have to be there for your family, but I feel like people have always feel like a bigger obligation towards their family just because it's my family and I have to do it because it's my family. And but with friends, it's like this is your an option that you get to pick, and like even more so than like whether or not you help out your family. Of course, I'm rambling here, and I'm probably gonna end it here in a little bit, but that's really my views of friendship and what I've been going through in the past week or so is just having to really see that um, now that I have a little more time, I'm able to like focus on that and really kind of see things a little bit clearer because I'm not running around doing all this stuff and not having a moment to think about stuff. But I'd really like to hear how you friendship and relationships like that. Um, I don't how you ended up dealing with how you have your friends and whatnot. So let me know, and I'll talk to you later.